Hello friends, today we are going to see diseases of tobacco. In that we will see black shank of tobacco, then black root rot of tobacco, and last one is tobacco mosaic. So all these three diseases were commonly found on tobacco crop, and among them black shank of tobacco caused due to Phytophthora nicotiana. As we have seen in earlier crop, that is castor, there is also the same pathogen. Here you can see in images, these are the typical symptoms of this black shank of tobacco. At starting, it shows wilting type of symptoms. Wilting that persists despite adequate soil moisture may indicate a disease that affects the roots or vascular system of the plant. That means this pathogen always attack on the vascular system and the root system of the plant. The black shank is a root rot disease that usually results in wilting of the whole plant. That means the whole plant completely die after the infection of this pathogen. And rather than one side of the plant, wilting and yellowing often being on lower surface of leaves also. This shows black shank symptoms of various stages of the crop growth. You can see in images. On root rot, it shows rotting of all the root system. That means decaying and rotting of all root system. This decreases uptake of water and nutrient and resulting in the above ground part, wilting and yellowing type of symptoms we can observe on this crop. Similarly, infected plants may lose almost all of their root system to rotting, and these are some patterns of root rot which we can easily observe in images. There is a completely rotting of the root system, and inside the stem there is also blackening of this vascular vessel. So this is the vascular pathogen and it is a very serious pathogen. So we have to control it at primary level. Frequent rainfall and high soil moisture as well as high population of root knot nematodes, that is Melodogyne incognita. These are some predisposing factors for development of this disease. This fungal lives as a saprophytic on organic waste and infected plant residues inside the soil, and it also present in the soil as a dormant mycelium or in the form of oospore and chlamydospore for more than 2 years. So this is the survival condition of this fungal pathogen. The primary infection is always by means of oospore and chlamydospore present in the soil, and secondary infection or secondary spread is always by means of airborne sporangia. This pathogen also present in this pathogen also spread in soil through irrigation channel or irrigation water. That means infected portion to healthy portion, it will migrate with water. For management of this black shank of tobacco, we have to cover the seed beds with paddy husk or groundnut shell at 15 to 20 cm thick layer, and it should be burned. Then provide adequate drainage in the nursery. That means drench the nursery beds with 1% Bordeaux mixture or 0.2% copper oxychloride 2 days before the sowing. Similarly, the beds that used for development of seedlings should be sprayed with metalaxyl or captophal or Bordeaux mixture. Then select healthy and disease-free seedlings for transplanting. Remove and destroy the affected plants in the field, and after the emergence of this disease on standing crop, we can also control it by spraying of mancozeb or copper oxychloride or any another fungicide which were found effective against this black shank of tobacco. Next is black root rot of tobacco. Causal organism is Theveliopsis basicola. Now we will see the symptoms of this black root rot of tobacco. Here you can see in images, the plants were infected with black root rot, wilt rapidly during the hottest part of the day and recover during the evening hours. So this is the particular marks of identification that wilting type of symptoms were shown by this black root rot pathogen, and it shows rapid wilting during hot hours and recover during cool hours. Wilting and drooping of leaves is especially noticeable on hot sunny days following a rainy period. Affected tobacco crops typically shows an uneven growth pattern caused by varying degrees of stunting. That means stunted growth also shown in case of infection by this black root rot pathogen. Root system of the infected plants are characteristically reduced and stubby root system with dark tips. This is the particular marks of identification of black root rot of pathogen, that is stubby root system and dark tips. Now for management of this black root rot of tobacco, we have to apply the same control measures that we have studied in earlier disease, that is black shank of tobacco. That means drenching with fungicide, prepare healthy seedlings or use healthy disease-free seedlings for transplanting, remove and destroy affected plant parts. That these are some common practices that we have studied in earlier disease. So these are also applicable for this black root rot of tobacco. Next is mosaic of tobacco. It is caused due to tobacco mosaic virus, TMV. This is one of the common disease observed on tobacco crop, and this is the viral disease. Now we will see the symptoms of this viral disease. It begins at light discoloration along the veins of the youngest leaves. Soon the leaves develop a characteristic light and dark green pattern. The dark green areas are associated more with the veins, turning into the irregular blister. That is, blister-like structure were produced by this viral pathogen. The early infected plants in the season are usually stunted with small chlorotic mottled or curled leaves. In severe infection, the leaves are narrowed, puckered, thin and malformed beyond recognition. And later, dark brown necrotic spots develop under the hot weather, and these symptoms is called as mosaic burr or mosaic scorching. So this is all about the symptomatology of tobacco mosaic virus. This virus spread most rapidly by contact, wounds, sap and farm implements, that is infected farm implements and the operators that carrying cultural operation inside the standing crop. So these are the modes of spread of this viral pathogen. This virus remain viable in the plant debris in the soil as the source of inoculum, as the longevity of this virus is very high. It is capable of remaining infective when stored dry for over 50 years. The virus has a wide host range and affects nearly 50 plant species belonging to the 9 different families. The virus is not seed transmitted in tobacco, but tomato seed transmit the virus. No insect vector known to transmit this virus. So this is all about the disease cycle of this viral pathogen. For management of this tobacco mosaic, we have to remove and destroy infected plants, and similarly keep the field free of weeds which harbors the virus. Wash your hands with soap and running water before or after handling the plants or after weeding. This should be done by the workers that working in the field of tobacco crop. Then they should prohibited smoking, chewing and snuffing during field operations. This viral pathogen transmit by the smoking, chewing and snuffing. So we have to avoid such habits during field operations. Similarly, spray the nursery and main field with botanical leaf extracts of Bougainvillea or Bassala albat, 1 liter of extract in 150 liters of water 2 to 3 times at weekly interval. Similarly, adopt crop rotation by growing non-host specific crops for more than 2 seasons, and if possible grow resistant varieties like TMV RR2, TMV RR2A and TMV RR3. These are some management practices that we can follow to manage tobacco mosaic disease in tobacco.